Good morning, you guys. I just took a shower, first shower in the new house. I just thought I'd pick up the vlog camera and vlog a little bit because who knows what's gonna happen. We scraped up some of the paint on the floor. There's actually 3 coats of paint. So the first coat is the gray, the second coat is that white, and the third coat is that beige. I was actually surprised, like I had a lot of messages on my Instagram being like, well, didn't you know that this house had all these like things you didn't like the gray floors and the gray walls, and you know, and the answer is yes. But like, if the price is right, that stuff doesn't scare me. I know I can make it my own. Again, if the price is right. So that's why I bought a gray house. So anyways, all of upstairs is empty. We are living downstairs because the floor DIYing is going to start tomorrow. Hi, Oki. Hello. Are you sleeping? Are you having sleep? He's like, yes, why are you bugging me? Good morning, everybody. Today we are embarking on the journey. This is sort of one of the first videos in the house. I guess it's a sort of series, makeover sort of series. Today we are embarking on a journey that is refinishing some hardwood floors. These are the original hardwood floors that were in the house when it was built. So today we are starting the process of basically scraping it all up. The reason why we are starting with scraping is because we don't want to gum up the floor sander with paint. Also, you would go through so much more sandpaper trying to sand off the paint, and sandpaper is not cheap. This last paint coat is quite recent, so you can tell here, like when the last people moved out, they had like a dresser sitting here and it just like pulled up all the paint. So it's still kind of like fresh that we could actually have an easy time scraping it up. And yeah, the chemical is not really good for the environment regardless. So today we are going to be doing a lot of scraping. Let's go. You guys, in the closet there's only gray paint. I know. No white, no beige, just gray. Don't you wish it was all just gray?
I wish.
End of day 1. Michael actually pretty much did this whole room. Holy heck, he did such a good job. The white that's kind of remaining, we will just sand off. So that's the after, before. Good morning. After some deliberation last night, Michael and I have come to the decision that what we're doing is insane. The scraping might not look that hard. It's like physically tolling on your body. And we have so much of it to scrape off that we need something to help us. To either make it easier to scrape it off or to just magically take it off. He's gonna scrape. I'm gonna go to Home Depot and I'm gonna find something to, I don't know, make this easier. I've seen some like YouTube videos on like heat guns. We like heat it up and like it's easier to scrape off. So I'm gonna try to maybe find one of those. I don't know. I'll be back in a minute with some answers. What we ended up settling on was this. This is a heat gun. This was about, I think, $50 something from Home Depot. A lot of like the paint remover things were like $60 to $100 for a can, which we need so much. So I'm gonna show you the method that we used that worked for us. We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna turn the fan up all the way. We're gonna turn the temperature up all the way. You can watch it bubble. You don't want to leave this like in one spot for too long. You wanna keep the heat gun moving because you don't want to ruin the floor, burn it, or anything like that. It just makes scraping it so much easier. If you were to do this without scraping it, or sorry, without heating it, you'd be doing it for a lot longer. End of day 2, so that's what we did yesterday. Here is the hallway, looking amazing. This heat gun that we got today, this is what's like super duper helping everything. Good morning, everybody. Today we are tackling ripping up some of this laminate floor that is in the dining room, living room area, because we're working on the floors upstairs. They're pretty much almost ready to be sanded. We want to sand them on Sunday. We're thinking if we could also sand these floors too, it would be great because we wouldn't have to rent the sander twice. Michael's actually at work, so I'm going to be tackling this by myself today. First thing is first, I'm going to start by emptying out this room, and then we will see what we have to work with. Oh, I don't want to empty you guys out. Okay, room is pretty much empty. I'm gonna leave this couch right here for now because this dog, Mama's so cute. The first things we have to do, number 1, we have to take off this, and number 2, I have to go around and take off all the corner bead. First piece. I have to just say, I know this floor, this gray floor, is really beautiful. I do. We're not gonna throw out this floor. It's really good quality floor. We might actually do something with it in the basement, but when you're covering up something that is already so beautiful, that's where I have trouble understanding why. So anyways, here's what we have going on. I already feel like, oh, okay, maybe Tasha lives here. Update, I'm so sweaty. It's so hot. I realized that the floor is running this way, and I had to empty the dining room. Floor is a little different in both rooms, and I'm a little nervous, if I'm honest, because right here looks like it was sanded already, and they decided not to keep going, so I'm a bit worried. No. Do you see this? Hi guys, another sweaty day in the life of Tasha. We rented our floor sander, so we're gonna be sanding the floors today. Upstairs is pretty much all scraped, so Michael's gonna finish up a little scraping while I'm sanding the floors. So we got this guy. We also got something called an edger, which is, obviously this is not gonna be able to hit all of the edges perfectly. So you get an edger to do the edges, eloquently named. We are ready to sand them. Okay guys, so I have just sanded this entire room with 80 grit sandpaper. You can tell 60. So here's what it's looking like after being sanded. Here is what it looked like before. A momentous moment. A momentous moment. This is the last of the freaking gray paint.
This could be 1 more hour.
No.
No.
You got this in ya.
Oh.
Michael just finished doing the edge runner in this room in the closet. So this is room number 1, that's what we'll call it. Now we just switched to 100 grit sandpaper, which is the last, it's just like a finishing bit. One of the last steps I have to do is I have to take a detail sander, which looks like this, for the corners. Let's go. I've gone ahead and done all of the corners. Now the last sort of step that I have to do is work on this stair. So you can see that the edge of the stair is quite like square because of how we sanded it. And then you can see over here, I've sort of like rounded it out a little bit. Under here, there's a lot of gray paint. I have to work on getting that off and getting the stair looking a little better. Michael's home from work. We are just trying to figure out what stain we want to stain the floor. And these look extremely red on camera. We haven't wiped this one yet, we're just waiting. Okay, so I brought in a couple of my things just to honestly decide, like, we're going to be getting a similar couch to this. And so originally I was sort of going with this sort of shade over here, but I hate this. This one's okay, but I hate this. I'm thinking we're gonna go more like of this neutral, especially because when we go to do downstairs, we have like other flooring that we have to match to this, which has been stained previously and stuff. So we wanna have the best chance at getting an even match. It is called Golden Oak. So tomorrow we are staining. Today is the day. And by day, I mean worst day. So we basically went straight into this staining the floor thing. I had my dad come over and help me, and we were expecting the stain to be this color, which is the stain that we chose. And it was quite darker than I wanted, but the problem was this was red oak floor. And if you know anything about wood, anything about floors, red oak tends to pull red. And the only way to cover that up is to go with a darker stain. So you'll notice that some of the lighter stains that we tried, they just went completely red, even though the swatches had no red in them at all. As I'm applying it here, like, I'm not really that stressed. I knew that it would dry slightly different. The problem was it didn't dry slightly different. It dried red. And I honestly thought about not even telling you guys that this had happened, because I don't know, that I didn't stop staining after I kind of noticed that it was still red in the other rooms. So we decided on the day that we were going to sand the downstairs floors, we were going to also re-sand upstairs. And we had no idea if it was going to work. We had no idea if we were going to have a hard time getting the stain out. That's why in this next clip, if I seem a little bit kind of out of it and down, like, sanding is an exhausting process. Good morning, everybody. Today is what I hope is going to be the light at the end of the tunnel. We are sanding downstairs. We're now been forced to move into the basement, whereas before we were in the dining room. Now we're like living in the basement, but we are sanding the downstairs floor, and then we are going to seal everything. I don't think we're going to do a stain. I think we decided against that. So yeah. I'm hoping that this is like the light at the end of the tunnel, and that we have floors and that we can actually start moving into the space. Thought I'd give you an update. So we're headed to Home Depot now. Wish us luck. Satin, water-based. Yeah, so these ones. Then we need a sander thing like this.
Doing it.
Okay, Michael's starting on living room, dining room area. And then I don't remember if I showed you guys, but the dining room is like this weird square thing. I think they had like a carpet here. This has like never been stained at all. This is just a cold air return vent that we're gonna put back in the floor, take this one out of the baseboard, put a new baseboard there. Easy peasy. We did it! We did it! We can't talk because we're so tired and my hand's permanently shaped like this, but we did it! It's done! Oh my god, we just finished our last, what would you call it? Last passes? I don't know. Look at this floor! Downstairs, upstairs, done. Good morning. I'm standing on the floor that we just sealed. Well, not just last night. And now the next step is we have to sand everything. So if you can kind of see, there's sort of like this sanding dust right here because I've already done here. This is a lot of work. Okay, let me show you upstairs because it's all ready to be done. Room. So now we are sealing it. Don't mind this. This is just some primer. Time to seal.
It's so blurry.
Oh my god, you're fired.
Isn't this supposed to do it automatically? There we go, we're back.
I was telling Michael I'm gonna be really good at curling after this, and because of all my sanding and staining. Is it looking gold to me?
On video it looks super gold. In real life it looks pretty gold.
I'll take either one of them, really. Here is the floor. Here is the floor. So as you can see here, it was obviously super gray, super cool toned. And yeah, we warmed it up and I think it looks really amazing. Just to kind of give you like a comparison shot, you can see here. I am so happy with the way this turned out. So this is the hallway. We have in here, which is the bedroom, which ended up looking really nice as well. And then in here, which is just currently a mess because it's just storing a bunch of boxes and stuff, looks really good too. Downstairs, as you can see, we've kind of moved in a little bit, but this is what the downstairs floor looks like. What you look so guilty for, mama. But yeah, so that is how the floors turned out. And I'm excited to now decorate all of the rooms and show you all of the goodness that is going to be home decor. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying some of this home stuff. I want to do a lot more home reno things in the future, but yeah. Stay tuned because I'm constantly working on this house, so there will constantly be videos. I'll talk to you guys soon.